Bee garden. Yep, we're just being a garden.
Got a leaf.
Is Akane really under here?
I think so.
What should we do? Are we gonna dig her out?
No, no, I don't think we'll have to do anything like that. See the keyhole in the grave? If I just insert this here.
Our Deus Ex Machina key. I pulled the key off my ankle and fitted it onto the hole. Into the hole, actually. I twisted it to the right until I heard something unlock. With a quiet grinding, the grave began to shift.
What is this?
It's a fucking treatment pod. I'm going to... Alright.
We found her.
Doesn't look like a coffin. Yeah, it's a treatment pod. Oh my god. It is, isn't it?
The glass on the cover had frosted over, making it opaque. We couldn't see who or what was in it.
Let's see what's inside.
She grabbed a hold of the lever on the side of the pod.
No good. I think it's locked.
What?
I love that it's called number 0.
Treatment pod TP00. Stage 1, defrosting complete. Stage 2 will be complete in 10 minutes. Once stage 2 is complete, the lock will automatically disengage.
Right, cold sleep.
What?
These pods can put people into cold sleep. It uses something called a cast to freeze people's bodies without destroying their cells.
So, Ms. Akane's like an ice cube?
I think so.
She is a frigid bitch.
Then we gotta wait till she melts?
Yeah?
So how about you tell us your story while we wait, Kay? Specifically, why do you know Akane?
I remembered
What do you remember?
everything. I was born and raised in this facility. It's called Rhizome 9. A rhizome is an underground plant stem that spreads by sending out roots. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? This facility is a little like a rhizome. Supposedly, that's why they call these installations that. The number comes from the facility's number. There are 54 rhizomes on the moon, and this is the 9th one. Well, I suppose the other ones don't really matter to you, do they? In any event, I grew up here with Akane and Zero Senior. I watched them create the AB project.
The AB project?
Yes. Its purpose is to send Phi and Sigma, or their consciousnesses at least, to the past.
Back 45 years, right?
Yes.
So, you want us to change history, huh? Go back and keep Radical 6 from getting out, and stop the reactors from exploding. That's our mission?
Well, not exactly.
What do you mean?
It's true that the ultimate goal of the project is to keep Radical 6 from spreading to the general population. But even if you do make it back, you won't be able to do much. By now, it's already too late.
Too late?
What do you mean?
Let me begin at the beginning.
Oh,
You might
great.
be thinking that Zero Senior and Akane were the ones who created all this. But that's not entirely correct. They only followed the histories they'd already seen. It was the only choice they had. Nothing less than the future of mankind is at stake. We need the two of you to jump through timelines while maintaining your memories. That is why you had to play the AB game, and why forcing multiple options, you could make numerous jumps. We speculated that jumping more would strengthen your memories. The puzzles were also there for a purpose. Some theories hold that a moment of insight when you solve a puzzle strengthens your connection to the fourth dimension. That was the reason for the puzzles. Your infection
I love how they give a
with
reason
was
for the
also a vital
puzzles.
part of our plan. By slowing down your brain's processing speed, we can store your potential. With that energy stored up, we just had to provide a life or death situation to launch your consciousness into the fourth dimension. Like a bullet from a slingshot.
Wait. Hold on just a minute here. You keep talking about Sigma and Phi, but what about the rest of us? Why did you bring us here?
That's simple. In earlier histories, you were all here in Rhizome 9. We needed you here to accurately replicate those histories. Although I suppose that's probably not a good enough explanation for you. In a sense, though, it is the truth. Our primary goal was to replicate history. The rest is...
History?
Yes. I suppose I should explain. Very well. I will try and do so in a way you can understand. First, Alice and Clover. They were abducted 45 years and 1 month ago, on December 22nd, 2028. The location is Earth, of course, more specifically, Los Angeles, California, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
After being kidnapped, your bodies were sent to a facility under Akane's direction. You were placed in treatment pods and immediately put into cold sleep. 4 months later, you arrived at this facility. The date you finally arrived was April 14th, 2029. Your trip from Earth to this facility was aboard a spaceship powered by an annihilation engine. Following your arrival, your pods were placed in long-term storage. Does that make sense?
Are you telling me we were sleeping in those pods here for 45 years?
Yes, in preparation for this day.
But why? What do you need us for?
You are an Esper, aren't you, Clover? I mean that you are able to access the fourth dimension. Am I wrong?
Did Akane tell you?
In a manner of speaking. As I've already explained, the purpose of this project is to send Sigma and Phi's consciousnesses to the past. Espers are able to sort of...
I love how we're the main characters in this.
Which can amplify their power. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
This is why we brought you here, Clover.
What about me?
We needed your help, Alice, to deactivate Dio's bombs.
Huh? But I didn't do anything.
But you did. In another history, you were able to perform a prime decomposition on the 25-digit integer that Dio left behind. Only you could do that sort of thing. Because of your feat of mathematics, we were about to determine that Dio had planted the bombs. Then we were able to question him and get the password for the number 31. Finally, we used that information to stop the bomb in this timeline. Without your help, Alice, we would have been reduced to nothing more than so much space dust. This history exists because of your presence. Now, let me
He's a
explain
smart
why
little
we needed
cookie.
Tenmyoji and Quark. Tenmyoji is simple. We needed you for the same reason we needed Clover. You are able to access the fourth dimension. Almost half a century ago, you used that ability to save a young girl, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
We needed you to resonate with Sigma and Phi, so we brought you here. All it took was a messenger.
Do you want to see Akane? If you do, come with me. I was a fool and fell for it.
And you brought Quark with you. In fact, you insisted that he come.
Yeah, I know. I guess you were worried about leaving me alone, huh? He kept saying he couldn't run off to the moon and leave me behind.
I'm sorry, Quark. If I hadn't been so stupid and selfish, none of this would have happened to you. I never thought this would happen. Can you ever forgive me?
Oh, don't worry about it. I mean, I agreed to come with you. I thought the moon would be way more interesting than boring old Earth. What kid would turn that down?
We didn't see the messenger after we got on the ship. It was on autopilot. As soon as we got in, and headed straight for the moon during the trip, Zero told me to keep quiet once we got there. I don't remember anything after we landed.
Then there was a bunch of that white smoke, and we passed out, and when I woke up, I was in the AB room.
Now, Dio. His real name is Left, and he's the leader of a terrorist organization called the Myrmidons.
God, that's such an unfortunate
He
name.
was ordered to come here. The Myrmidons are under the control of an organization called Free the Soul, which is in turn controlled by a man known as Brother. It was Brother who orchestrated the release of Radical 6 into the general population 45 years ago. Do you remember what Phi mentioned earlier? The ultimate purpose of the AB project is to change history and keep Radical 6 from being released. If we succeed, that would be bad for Brother and his organization. Our success would prevent them from creating the ideal world they're working toward. That is why Brother sent Left, his trusted lieutenant, to this facility. They needed to stop the AB project. So, Dio was given 2 tasks. The first was to eliminate Akane, the architect of the AB project. The second was to join the AB game and win it. If Dio won the game, the AB project would not be completed. At least, not in that timeline. In other words, in that world, the project would have been stopped. If things didn't go as planned, Dio was given a contingency plan. If you cannot murder Akane and win the game, destroy Rhizome 9. Hence, the bombs.
Makes
Can I
sense.
ask you something?
Perhaps.
How did Brother know about the AB project?
He was also an Esper. We can set Brother aside for now, though. May I proceed?
No one objected. We were all curious.
Excellent. That explains everyone, save two, Luna and myself. Sigma and Phi already know the truth about Luna. I don't believe I should reveal any more, however. I think it would be more appropriate if you could ask Luna yourselves at a later time. Would that be all right with you, Luna?
Yes, that's okay.
As for me, as I said before, I was born and raised here. The rest of you were brought to this facility, but I've never left. That makes me someone close to Zero Senior and Akane.
Hey, I've been wondering, who is Zero Senior?
You've already met him, Sigma, in another timeline.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah. Well, I saw a hologram.
Smash.
I still don't know who he is.
Stage 2 is complete. TP00 unlocking.
It looks like it's finished. Shall we open the pod?
Yeah, let's do this.
Bring forth Akane. Give us the lady. All of us gathered around the pod. The glass was still covered with frost, hiding the contents.
Okay. Let's get started then. Ready?
Phi laid her hand on the lever and looked around at us. I swallowed.
Yeah, anytime.
All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
What?
Suddenly, my head was full of memories from other timelines. I'd seen something like this before. The warehouse of Floor B. In front of the white door. He was lying in front of me. I grabbed his mask and saw my own face. I'd never figured out who he really was. Why was there a man with my face underneath Kay's armor? It didn't make sense. After I'd seen him, I was injected with turbocurarine, and that was the end of that. But wait, if the person in the pod was the same person I'd seen on the floor in the warehouse, who was wearing Kay's armor?
You finally noticed. Didn't I tell you? You won't be alone. I will be at your side, watching over you.
No. Oh my god, you're...
Yes, I am.
Akane Kurashiki.
It's you, June. I mean, Akane from... But you're old.
Yes, that's correct. I haven't spoken to you in a very long time, Clover.
I feel there. Yep, he's out.
Crash out. Crash out.
The crash keys stand for crash out.
Or you, Junpei.
Junpei?
Akane. Long time no see.
I could barely hear what they were saying. My mind was still reeling. It felt like all the air had been knocked out of me, and it was all I could do not to collapse right then and there.
When? How long?
Do you remember when the two of you saved me in the warehouse? Once you saved me, You went back to your future. Well, your minds did, at least. I carried your bodies to the third AB room, and then took Dio's to the fifth. After that, I went into the first room and borrowed Kay's armor.
So by the time you and Clover came out, you'd already...
Yes.
Wait. That doesn't make any sense. Dio killed you. And then Luna took your body to the 6th room. You couldn't have been in Kay's armor.
No, it was me. In this timeline, at least. In this one, I wasn't murdered by Dio.
She's got a point.
You two saved me. It's just like Schrodinger's cat.
Not Schrodinger? Schrodinger?
Your actions in the future decided who would be inside the armor in the past.
What? No, that's nuts.
Alright, what about the other history? The one where you weren't saved. What happens then?
We
Who's wearing
explode.
the armor?
That's quite simple. The man in front of you.
Him?
That's correct. Whenever I'm not in the armor, he is.
What about the memory loss?
For my part, I confess that I lied. He, on the other hand, was telling the truth. Large doses of soporil can cause memory loss. I gave him a rather large dose.
So, who is he?
You've never seen him before?
No.
What about the rest of you?
I have no idea who he is.
I've never seen him before.
Me either. Total stranger.
Hi.
Hi. Hey, come on. What are you guys saying? Right here? Same face?
Huh?
Are you all right, Mr. Sigma? Did you hit your head or something?
Huh? What?
It didn't make any sense. Why didn't they recognize me?
Sigma, your consciousness can jump through time. You can inhabit your body in the past or in the future.
What does that mean?
Don't you get it? You've jumped to the future from 45 years ago.
I looked around frantically. A pond. I ran to it and threw myself down onto my knees. Crawling on all fours, I approached the edge. My heart was hammering inside my chest. Cold sweat trickled down my spine. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down, damn it. I struggled to take deep breaths. And then slowly, I peered into the pond looking for my reflection. The man was too stunned to speak.
We're Zero Senior.
We're still kind of hot.
We... Wait. How do we...
What you
You know
thinking?
what? Why am I asking questions? I don't care.
I can answer your questions. What would you like?
I don't care.
Oh
Like,
no.
oh man, his his body from like when he was younger, but also his body is also old in this timeline. We have two bodies because he made a duplicate of himself. That's his son.
He
I
gave birth
guess.
to him.
No, this can't be real. His face.
It's your face, Dr. Sigma Climb. Although, to the you that's behind it now, it's your face 45 years from now. Zero, the mastermind of the AB project, is you.
Choose for yes.
Lizard.
Ah.
What? No, that's not possible. That's bullshit.
No. It's the truth. Fighting
Damn, all right
isn't
then.
going to do you any good.
That's bullshit. No. Oh.
All right then.
Please, Doctor.
I'm not a doctor.
You will be. A pioneer in the field of genetic engineering.
You're
No,
lying.
I'm not. You created him.
We absolutely gave birth to him. You cannot tell me otherwise.
Well, I suppose I should say you are going to create him.
Create.
His name is Kyle Klein. Your clone.
My son.
That is why he looks just like a younger version of yourself. 23 years ago, in the biolab here in Rhizome 9, you created Kyle. Well, I suppose
Toast
for
is
you,
here.
that's still in the future. When I said I was born and raised here, I was still pretending to be
He's a
here.
sleepy little
Gravity
guy.
Here is only 1/6 of Earth's. If nothing was done, the reduced gravity would cause his bones to be weaker than normal human ones. But you prepared for that. You gave him that armor. Ever since he was born, he's lived inside of it. It kept his muscles and bones strong. He wasn't forced into it for the nonary game. He's been wearing it every day, all his life.
Oh, that means a little image of him as a kid made sense. I think Joe's crashing out again.
We were abducted at the beginning. What?
Yeah, we were abducted at the beginning.
But I don't care.
Okay.
Why would future me create a clone?
He was
We're-
to be your spare. If something happened to you before the project began, he would take your place.
Kyle.
I mentioned before that the AB projects A and B stood for after and before. That isn't all they mean, though. The A also means anima,
Alpha. Oh.
and the B means body. Anima is another word for the soul or the consciousness. The past consciousness will go into the future body, and the future consciousness will go into the past body. They switch. That was the chief goal of the project.
Wait, so the future person goes into the past person?
Sigma, do you remember the note you found in the garden?
You mean this, right?
Yes. Ah, of course, it was you who investigated the garden in this timeline.
Yeah.
Sigma, take a good look at this. It's an illustration of the time jumps your consciousness is making. A is where everything began. December 25th, 2028. You inhaled the white smoke in your car and lost consciousness. From there, you jumped to B. January 25th, 2074. You woke up in one of the AB rooms in Rhizome 9. You are in your own body, but it is 67 years old.
Hot.
Your consciousness has jumped 45 years into the future. I believe that may explain why you didn't notice the reduced lunar gravity. The body you woke up in was much older. Normally, you would have noticed that your muscles were much weaker. In this case, however, the lower gravity balanced that out. Moving on. If you continue along this line, what happens next? You reach C, which is January 27th, 2074. That is today.
Whoa. Wait, what do you mean? Are you saying it's been 2 days since we woke up?
36 hours to be exact.
Jesus.
Have you already forgotten? You were all infected with Radical 6. The virus slowed your brain down, so yes, 36 hours of real time have passed. But to you, it only seemed like 14 hours and 40 minutes.
Actually, it's more like 46 hours.
Now comes the important part. After this, your consciousness will return to the past. It will re-emerge at point D. April 13th, 2029. You will return to your younger body.
But that's the same day as the reactor explosions.
Yes. That is why I said it will be too late. You will return to the past, but the events you would want to prevent will have already happened. The story does not end there, however. The line continues. After reaching point D, you will eventually return to B. But this time, you won't be jumping through time, or at least not at a rate faster than normal. Your consciousness will spend 45 years inhabiting the same body until you reach point B. Do you remember when B is Sigma?
January 25th, 2074.
Yeah.
According to what you just told us, it's 36 hours ago.
Correct. That was when the consciousness of the 22-year-old Sigma jumped into the body of 67-year-old Sigma. So where did the older version of you go when you took his body?
Point A. December 25th, 2028, the day all this started.
Yes. His consciousness will go back in time 45 years. For a period of time, he will inhabit your younger body. While your younger consciousness is elsewhere, he will be you in the past.
Once that body reaches point D, my 22-year-old consciousness will come back from point C.
That's correct. When that happens, the older version of you will be ejected from your younger body and return to your body at C.
So it's rotating.
Uh-huh.
Rotating. I suppose you could put it that way. But look at this illustration closely. What if you take all these lines and untangle them? You get one single line. It may look complicated, but in truth, it's a single straight path with one exception.
Line here at point E, right?
Exactly. Point E is December 31st, 2028, the day of the total eclipse.
The day Radical 6 got out of the test facility.
Uh-huh.
Yes. By now, you've likely figured it out on your own. The purpose of the AB project was to get the consciousness of the 67-year-old Sigma from point B to point A. If we can do that, We can change what happened 45 years ago.
So we're collateral.
The old version of me will keep Radical 6 from getting out. By jumping into my 22-year-old body on New Year's Eve 2028.
Yes. That is why this line could not be interrupted. In order for the 67-year-old version of you to reach point B, in order to get to point D, we must jump from point C. And for point C to happen, we had to recreate everything that happened in this facility. That is why we have faithfully retraced history up to this point, so that we might save humankind from destruction and undo the horrors of the last 45 years.
I really enjoy the fact that we got frat boy, like, dude bro Sigma in a gilf body, but then in another timeline, we got awkwardly charismatic gilf in a frat boy body. And I'm kind of here for that one.
Wait. How did older of us know about Bomb Zero?
Because we've old us has experienced this.
Yeah, but where did he learn about it from?
In a timeline. So the way that these the time's
not
not
all the timelines.
the time's not linear.
No, that's a loophole.
No, it's
That
not.
doesn't make sense. No one told him about it. He just knows it out his ass. You're not gonna tell me that we have all these fucking things planned out and then he just has knowledge for no reason?
So I think when it came to Bomb Zero is because that it's because that there wasn't the Dedekane. That's why we knew the bomb was there. He couldn't throw the knife away, he couldn't do his thing, so he ended up putting the bomb there instead. So
I read the password.
Oh, the password.
Because he never interrogates Dio out of it. He just tells us in the office. So how did he learn about the password?
Oh, the password.
Yeah, how does he know about the password? He never asked, we never get it from Dio. He just fucking tells us in the office.
Well, we did this.
No timeline where we learn about it. Other than that.
Which one is that one in the algorithm that you had to figure out with the +1s?
What?
So you said that all of them were like a keyword. What was the keyword for Bomb Zero?
My brother.
Oh, that makes sense. Don't crash out. Don't crash out.
What?
Don't.
You're unserious right now.
To me, this makes sense.
Is it fucking because Sigma's brother is fucking what's his nuts?
No.
Okay. Fucking the leader of the cult or whatever?
No.
Okay, then why? Why does it
I
make
cannot
sense to you?
tell you.
I'm going to go get another popsicle. I'll be right back.
Okay, that's fine. Hi, everyone. Hi, chat. How's it going? I'm gonna give Joe a shout out. He's been such a great sport through this. This is like, I do love this game series, but oh, VLR is so chunky with so many things that happen into it. Like, the way this all played out is just insanity. Welcome back, Popsicle Man.
Hold on.
Okay.
1 sec.
Okay.
Okay. I'm sitting down because I can't stand this shit.
Yeah, that's fine.
What's up?
No, I'm checking in on you. How you feeling?
I have a popsicle. I'm doing better, but I'm slowly crashing out more and more as time goes on because it is late.
It is late. We're getting through it.
We are. So the point C is January 27th, 2074, which is today. There's going to be a jump, and I'll jump to April 13th, 2029.
Yes, that's right.
But look, I'm still old. When is this jump supposed to happen?
Very soon.
Soon?
Yes.
And what's going to trigger it?
We need potential energy stored to send your consciousness into the fourth dimension. Fortunately, we now have plenty of that. Thanks, ironically, to Radical 6. All that remains is to launch your consciousness, like a bullet from a slingshot.
Mm-hmm.
And how you propose to do that?
Didn't I tell you? A crisis. A moment balanced between life and death. That can jumpstart your brain.
What do you mean?
You haven't figured it out. I mean this.
She got that
Theo's
knife. No sooner were the words out of my mouth. Oh, shit!
Bye!
I screamed and leapt toward them. Akane was already in motion, the knife diving toward Vi's chest. I was almost there. When I regained consciousness, I was on the floor. There was a dull pain in my chest. I felt for a cut, but something was in the way. It took me a moment to realize that this was Akane's body lying on top of me. I twisted my neck to look around. Nearby was an old tombstone. On it was written a few words in Latin. Tu fui ego eris. What you are, I was. What I am, you will be. Roll credits. You see why Sigma was never voiced?
Yeah?
Because it would have been obvious.
Yeah.
But my personal favorite is that you can see there's like hints of Akane. There's a hint of Sigma being old in the dialogue of the people around him. Because, like, they'll say comments and stuff. Like, whenever Sigma was being, like, a creepy guy, pervy guy, because he's, like, a dude bro.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, you know, what? I'm hot. And then Fi's like, really? You? Like, they would just make offhanded comments that, in context, you would think it's just like, oh, they have no interest in him. But it's the fact that he's been Peepaw this whole time.
It also kind of explains why Quark keeps calling us Mr. Sigma.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Also, remember the Milky Volley?
Yeah?
Spell it backwards.
I love Klim.
Kyle Klim, Sigma Klim.
Yep.
Yep. I wonder if we can skip this. Nope, we're
Is there
stuck
something
here.
after this?
Yes.
I would hope so.
Yep, nope, we're getting answers. How you feeling there? You've been an excellent sport for sticking through this, because it's so fucking long.
Not even the fact that it's long at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just losing my mind.
Yeah. This one, compared to all three of the Zero's Escape games, This is the most depressing. Like, this is the one to give you despair.
I don't... Who? Wait! Then who gassed us in the car at the beginning? There's another death! Go. Go.
Yep, there's everybody's endings. We jump back. April 13th, 2029.
Today is April 13th, 2029, and this is the evening news. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. I don't have any news to read. All of our station's reporters have passed after contracting Radical 6. So have my... Excuse me. I've managed to keep us on the air until now. But I'm out of tricks. It's time for me to sign off. This concludes our broadcast day. I pray that someday our world can be cleansed of this horrible plague. Goodbye.
That is way too close to an actual case that happened. For a moment, I just stared at the TV. The roar of the static seemed to fill the entire room until, with a click, it disappeared too. Had the power gone out? I heard footsteps behind me and turned around.
You! From the beginning of the game! Akane.
It looks like the first step was successful.
What the fuck? You killed me!
Killed?
Guess technically you're going to kill me 45 years from now, but still!
Hey, no need to be rude about it. I didn't kill you. I hit you with the butt of the knife. You're fine.
How the fuck do you...
She can also jump.
I'm going... I'm okay.
Yes.
Are you?
You and Phi needed to experience a state of crisis. That was the only way.
Me and Phi?
Yes. I only told you about you, but we also needed Phi to jump.
The pods.
Where is Phi?
Now, you know what happens next, right?
We go to the moon?
Correct. We will be leaving tomorrow, April 14th, 2029. We've nearly finished preparing your shuttle. Only a few last-minute checks and additions. You'll be traveling to Rhizome 9, along with 3 treatment pods.
Alice Clover, right?
Yes.
What about the third one? Who's in there?
Phi. We put her into cold sleep 2 days ago. She appeared at our headquarters and volunteered to be frozen. That wasn't the Phi who jumped from Point C, though. It was Phi before she jumped from Point A to Point D. In other words, she was following the same path you are, and she still is.
That means after you froze her, the Point C version of her jumped back to her body.
Yes. The Point C version of Phi is sleeping in that pod. She'll stay there for the next 45 years.
Oh, that sucks.
Sleeping in ice.
Ice 9?
Ice 9.
And then when she gets to Point B, her consciousness will jump to Point A, right?
Correct.
Huh. So that's why she didn't look old. So why don't you just stick me in one of those pods?
We can't do that.
Why not?
You haven't figured it out? You have to spend the next 45 years working on the AB project. After arriving at Rhizome 9, you must master genetic engineering and artificial intelligence programming, among other disciplines.
That's a lot of pressure to put on me.
Otherwise, you will be unable to create Kyle, Luna, and Lagomorph. And, of course, you will need to develop the chromatic doors and the bracelets. You will also be the person who summons Tenmyoji and Quark. Once you've completed all the preparations, then the project can actually begin. January 25th, 2074. You will defrost Phi and carry her to the 3rd AB room. Once you've done that, the 22-year-old version of you from point A will force you out, and you'll just go back 45 years to your own body on December 25th, 2028.
And then I change history. Do you really think I can keep the virus from getting out?
You have to. If you don't, billions of people will die.
Why do we care about the billions? That's too many people.
Only you and Phi can save them.
What about you? Aren't you an Esper too?
I can't do anything on my own. If this is going to work, I'll need your help.
Where's Santa?
He's busy. It's not the Christmas season anymore.
Shut the fuck your mouth. So what do I need to do?
What do you mean?
Like, what specific actions do I need to take? When Phi and I jump to point A, what are we going to do then?
You'll both enter the Mars mission test site.
And after that?
I don't know.
What?
I'm sorry. I really don't know anything about what happens in there. We don't know how the Radical Six escaped. We don't even know why it was there in the first place.
Ah, crap. I'm screwed!
That's why we need your help. You have the ability to jump through time and across parallel worlds. We need you to figure out what happened in that test facility. Things will be difficult, and I'm sure you will find yourself in a great deal of danger. But I believe the two of you can overcome any obstacle.
We are very trauma bonded, you're right.
Wait. How do you know it's so dangerous?
The 67-year-old version of you told me what happened. He wasn't able to stop the virus. So I suppose you could say you told me after you failed.
What did I say?
That the test facility is full of traps. There was one point. A woman's life was in danger. You risked yourself for her sake and lost your arms and your right eye.
My arms and my right eye? Right, we have synthetic arms.
Yeah, we do.
What the hell?
Suddenly, a low rumble shook the building. I got a toast.
What was that?
Go have a look.
I moved slowly to the window and peered outside. On the horizon, I could see a massive mushroom cloud climbing slowly toward the sky. Would we really be able to change the course of history? No, that was the wrong way to look at it. It couldn't be a question. I had to change history. We could save the world. I'm going to change history. I stared at the darkening skies above us and steeled myself. I would succeed. Guess what?
What?
You did it.
What?
You finished the game.
What?
You finished it. You did it, Joe.
What?
You finished Virtue's last reward.
Wait, we don't even see the mission? We
No?
don't see him lose his arms. We don't.
You want to know something even funnier?
What?
We were not supposed to get the final game in this trilogy. They actually ran out of funding. So we were...
You told me about that,
yeah, we were never going to get an ending to this. But there
So
is
the
an
third
ending.
game...
Zero Time Dilemma.
That's what...
You want to talk about it? Would you like me to answer any questions?
I'm not gonna even... I'm not
Oh,
going to.
okay.
I'm not gonna do questions. I'm not gonna like throw every like inconsistency or whatever because pseudoscience.
Uh-huh.
I'm just going to take the story as it is.
Hmm?
It's a very interesting story. I like the fact that you jump around and you go through different timelines to get answers. Cool idea. Adding as like a pseudoscience way to like explaining how. I like the fact that we had callbacks to characters. You lied to me.
I actually didn't know this was here.
Where?
I see you've finally woken up, Kyle.
Kyle?
Ah, yes. Of course. You've only just woken up in this timeline. It's only natural for some of your memories to be missing.
I lurched upright, jumped off the bed, and ran around to the other side of the partition. The mirror over the sink was covered with a film
That's
of
why
dirt.
the fucking mirror, we couldn't see ourselves.
Mhm.
Because if we did, it would have given
Yep.
away.
I wiped it off with my sleeve, and my reflection stared back at me. There was no mistake. The reflection belonged to...
Kyle Climb. So, I'm Dr. Climb? Zero Senior's clone?
What? How do you know that? Shouldn't you still be suffering from amnesia?
An excellent question. One I didn't quite know the answer to myself. I knew who Kyle Klein was. In another history, he had been called K and had worn a suit of armor. He hadn't just worn the armor in that history, though. Apparently, he'd worn it in all his life.
Oh my god.
Kyle had been born and raised... I love tiny Kyle, it's so cute! Kyle had been born and raised in this lunar installation, which seemed to be called Rhizome 9. Rather late in his life, Akane had appeared as a mother figure, and he had consequently grown very attached to her. I knew everything about him, but even though I knew it, I didn't feel it. Was I really Kyle Climb? Every time I looked at the mirror, I saw his face. The spitting image of Sigma Climb in his younger days. I looked down. Hey, Dio!
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, there was still Dio, still handcuffed. I turned back around to Luna.
What day is today?
January 27th, 2074.
And today is the last day of the AB project. Akane has explained everything in the garden. And she drew a knife and attacked Phi. How long have I been asleep?
About 5 hours in real time. For them, it would have seemed like a little more than 2 hours.
So they still haven't been treated for their Radical 6?
No, they've all been given the antiviral. It just takes a while to have an effect.
I see.
Okay, good.
Can you just imagine Luna, because she doesn't have any of the Radical 6 effects? How boring.
Yeah.
Everyone's experiencing time over 36 days, and she's like, God. Oh, I hate it here.
So
They're
the
like they're
consciousness
looking
of
at
the younger
puzzles
Sigma
and they're
has
just
gone
like
back into the
taking
past.
7 years to get
Yeah.
through one thing.
The slowest puzzle known to man. She's like, I'll just be over here and I'll wait until you can figure things out.
It should have happened right after Akane attacked Phi, right?
Yes.
Why am I here?
The doctor carried you back here. You were in the pod in the garden.
So the person you call the doctor is Sigma Klein, as inhabited by his age-appropriate consciousness.
That's Dad.
Yes, but how do you know that?
Dio seems to have remained unconscious.
Yes, I've been administering Soparil whenever he gets restless.
We've just been doping Dio.
What
Good.
about the others?
They've all gone off to different areas. Tenmyoji and Quark, for instance.
Went back to Earth.
Oh, right. Mr. Klein.
So the sleepyhead's finally up, huh?
What are you two doing here?
You don't know where we are?
This is the upper floor of the pressure exchange chamber. The real one.
Mm-hmm.
We were just about to get dressed and head out.
You plan to return then? To Earth, I mean.
Yeah.
Sigma told us where we could find the shuttle that brought us here. Well, guess he's not really the Sigma I knew anymore. He's Dr. Klein now, or Zero Senior, depending on how you look at it.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Well, I'm just curious why you would choose to return to a devastated planet when you could stay here.
How's staying here gonna help? You aren't gonna say something idiotic about how we should wait here until Sigma changes the past, are you?
He's got a good point.
You can't wait
Yeah.
for something that's already happened. Grammar doesn't work that way. Hell, nature doesn't work that way. You following me? We've already lived through history. Sigma failed to keep the virus from getting out. About 45 years ago, Radical 6 created a pandemic, and the antimatter reactors blew up. That all happened. Whatever Sigma does in the past, history's not gonna change.
But the alternate timeline will change. But we can't live through that because we've already been in that timeline.
In fact,
Yeah.
it's because of what he did or didn't do in the past that we've got this past and present. Let me give you an example. Imagine a group of 100 motorcycles driving down an endless freeway. Eventually, they hit a junction. The road splits in two. One freeway continues off northwest, and the other stretches out to the northeast. So one guy, we'll call him S, pipes up. "Let's go northwest," he says. So they take the northwestern road. But about a mile past the intersection, something horrible happens. A semi driving the other way veers into their lane and plows through the bikers. 90 of them die. The surviving 10 are wounded, but survive. They don't stop, though. They keep riding down that highway, and eventually they'd gone 10,000 miles. Then suddenly, something happens that they couldn't have predicted. S, who had survived, suddenly has his consciousness thrown back in time. He ends up back in his own body just before they reach the junction. He remembers everything. So what does S do? What anybody would do. Let's go northeast. That means all 100 of the bikers survive to reach their destination, happy and healthy. And they all live happily ever after. That's what you're thinking, right? It's a great outcome for the 100 bikers that went northeast. But what about the 10 that went northwest and survived the accident?
Wouldn't it be 9 people? I mean, S's mind went back in time, right?
Right. Okay, 9 people then. What happens to the reality they were? Does it just disappear when S changes the past? It's not as if it was only bad things that happened during that 10,000-mile trip. Maybe one of them fell in love with a woman working at a gas station they stopped at and had a child. Maybe one of them picked up a homeless kid who joined them on their adventure.
Is that Quark?
That 10,000-mile journey would be full of stories, friendships, farewells, romances. The loss of those 90 lives is horrible and unfortunate. But what would rewriting their history mean? The 9 who survived lived full lives. How can it be right to just erase all that? The survivors overcame their own misery and loss and made the best they could of the hand they'd been dealt. Isn't that worth something? Isn't that the best thing that humans can aspire to?
That is true.
Is there really any point to a world where everything is happy? Are people who struggle for a better life just idiots? Being human is about fighting, even when it seems hopeless, and finding happiness, even in a world that hates it.
God, Junpei's deep.
Are you saying that's worthless? If you're saying rewriting the past will erase all these other timelines, then whatever God wrote those rules can Look,
Wow.
I'm just not going to accept that, all right?
He can't say that word in front of Quark.
You get it?
If Sigma
Yeah.
changes the past, then you and Quark will never meet.
Is he right?
No, it's not gonna happen. We're here right now. This is reality. Even if Sigma does change the past, we're not just gonna disappear or something.
Oh! Then that means we get to stay together? Good.
Thanks, kid.
I understand
Aw,
how you
that's
feel.
really sweet.
Yeah, he cares about him.
Why you want to return to Earth is clear. You have lives there, I imagine. There are likely people waiting for you.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Have you already said goodbye to the others?
Vi, Luna, Alice, and Clover all saw us off. We told them we'd see them again someday, and then came here.
They were the only people you want to say goodbye to?
Well, no point saying anything to Dio.
That's so true.
Besides, he's asleep. You
We
were
can kick
asleep
him.
too.
Sorry, but we didn't really know much about you.
You have a point. Akane was in the armor in this timeline, after all. What about Sigma?
Well, he's not really Mr. Sigma anymore.
Of course. He is Dr. Klein now that his consciousness has returned.
Yeah, but more importantly, he's the guy who brought us all here. Not a lot of warm feelings there, you know?
And Akane?
Never mind her. She's just like him. Not the Akane I knew. She must have seen some pretty awful things over the years. Hell, she might not even be human anymore. But the Akane Kurashiki I know isn't here. She's not anywhere.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
In the end, Clover and I were just pawns. Pawns to be used and then gotten rid of. Still, it's not like we're completely resentful. We had to be here to help change the past. That part's easy to understand. But
Kinda sucks, though. I mean, Sigma and Phi have it easy. They get to go back to December 25th in 2028. They'll stop the Radical Six and save the world, and then they'll have a nice, normal future to look forward to. In other words, they get to go back to Point E and just enjoy history like it was supposed to happen.
But we don't. We're stuck with Point C as our starting point.
You told us about Tenmyoji's story, right? The one with the motorcycles? It would be like if Alice and I were kidnapped right before the intersection. Then whoever grabbed us takes us to wherever the bikers are going, 10,000 miles to the northwest.
Don't get us wrong. We know why we had to be here. Without us, S's consciousness wouldn't have been able to go back to right before the intersection.
If that couldn't happen, then the fate of those 90 dead bikers would be sealed. But
It's still not the best situation for those of us left in the Northwest. We're stuck in the reality where the 90 bikers died.
are we just supposed to go live on Earth? It's a wasteland now. And what about our friends and families? We left a whole world behind.
Snake's
45
dead!
years ago.
No!
We don't know if Snake's dead or not. He could be alive.
Even if it is for the greater good?
He can't see the horrors of the
It
world.
just doesn't seem fair, does
Wow, you really went there.
I know.
Wow.
I know.
Damn.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a little
You
bit
should be.
much.
I should be. I apologize.
it? So we went and talked to the old lady.
She told us that there is one way.
One way we could get back to the past.
Let's say you do go back to the past. Wouldn't that cause your minds to get thrown back here? That seemed to be how Sigma and Phi's jumps worked, at least.
Yes, you're right.
But this is different.
Different. How so?
From what she said, it sounds like there's a way we can send our bodies back in time too.
That's ridiculous. It would create a paradox. How could you have two Clovers and two Alices at the same time?
But that wouldn't happen.
Akane says there's a way around that.
How on earth does she plan to do that?
Schrodinger's?
Cat.
Meow.
Oh, hey, Kyle. Figured you'd come here eventually.
Where's Dr. Klein? Luna said you were with him.
He said he was tired, so he's off resting right now. There's a bedroom at the end of the hallway. He's in there if you're curious.
I got toast being a pain in the ass right now. Really, buddy? He climbed from my footstool onto my chair and under my mic because he was on my footstool smacking at my arm.
Oh, right. He told me to turn on this hologram projector thing when you showed up. Want me to start it?
Sure.
I love Kyle. He's my favorite.
Glad to see you. There isn't anything in particular that I have to tell you. However, I imagine there are a great number of things weighing on your mind.
You want to know something funny?
Sure.
I think that is Ace's voice.
Yeah, I could hear it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to answer all your questions, but unfortunately, my circumstances make that an impossibility. I hope you can forgive me. Everything I know, Phi should also know. I have instructed her to answer any questions anyone might have. Anyone other than Kyle,
What does he mean, other than Kyle?
Who knows? Is there anything you want to ask?
Oh, right, well, I guess I may as well cut to the chase. Just who are you, Phi?
I'm not Superman, that's for sure. And I'm not Batman or Spider-Man or Aquaman or a Merman or a Wolfman. I'm not a Brahmin or Common or Ramen. I'm not a Cayman either, so you really don't need to worry about anything.
Please don't dodge the question. About 5 hours ago, Akane attacked you with a knife. That triggered something which sent your mind back to the past, correct? Specifically, you were sent to Point D, April 13th, 2029. On that date, your body was already in Akane's custody. Although by then you were in cold sleep, you wouldn't have regained consciousness, but your mind was now inhabiting that body. That pod was your home for 45 years. You slept there, frozen, until the time was right. Then on January 25th, 2074, you were finally thawed out, even though you didn't wake up. Still unconscious, you were carried to the AB room. That was when your consciousness changed bodies again. A version of you from December 25th, 2028 arrived, pushing you out and sending you back to December 25th, 2028. This is when you finally woke up. In 2028, you found and joined forces with Sigma, whose older mind was inhabiting his younger body. Together, you attempted to infiltrate the Mars mission test facility. Unfortunately, your plan failed. The Radical Six did escape on New Year's Eve. That failure determined the path you followed. Instead of going along the line that branches out to the right from Point E, you headed straight to Point D. Point D being April 13th of the following year. That was the day that you made your way to Akane's hideout and asked to be put into one of the treatment pods. Another consciousness enters your body around that time from the future. It is, of course, the version of you that left your body when Akane attacked you in the garden. This caused the two versions of you to swap places, and you moved 45 years into the future, where you woke up on the garden floor. That put you on the line that comes here. So if we discount the time you spent in cold sleep, for you, only 3.5 months have passed since that happened.
Kyle's a very smart cookie.
That being when you were sent back into the past from the garden. Have I missed anything?
No, everything you talked about you got right.
Well, what do you mean by that?
I'm kind of an unknown variable in this equation. You could think of me as a kind of X factor. It's taken me the last 3.5 months to understand it.
I haven't understood anything in the last 3.5 seconds. Could you please explain?
I haven't understood anything in the last 30.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Strictly speaking, you can't combine velocities with v1 plus v2. v1 plus v2 divided by 1 plus...
Oh, nope, I'm ignoring that. That's too much math.
Life don't come close to being c squared, which is the... That means that
well, I don't know if it's salty, but it's definitely deep.
Divided by c squared is usually going to evaluate to something pretty close to 1. Since that would mean dividing by 1, it's usually okay to just skip that step and use v1 plus v2. You see what I'm saying?
Scribe, are you deep?
Scribe, you are deep. Yeah, Scribe is deep.
Scribe is deep.
In most situations, it works, even if it isn't technically correct.
Yes,
so
we
know
are.
enough to get the stuff you were talking about.
We've been going very long. We're trying to get through this at the end so Joe can pass out, and I can also equally pass out because I'm also very tired.
As long as you stick to that, you won't run into any problems.
Thank you for the alert. Go feed your kitty cat. Give him a kiss for me.
Take care of the little guy.
I love him. He's orange and gangly. Oh, yeah. No, you're very salty.
I don't
know. I was going to say, Scribe can be deep.
Scribe can be deep. They can also be very salty.
In fact, I feel like
I think everyone's capable of salt.
I'm never salty.
I'm going to ignore that for the sake of our friendship. I've learned enough about myself where I don't, like, if I get salty, I can kind of, like, curb it. Like, I can start to, like, hey, we should probably stop doing this thing.
Okay, gotcha.
But, like,
I'll pull back.
If I get, no. If I get salty. But if I get, like, overwhelmed, then, like, I get really mad. I have an outburst. I'm starting to understand myself. So
That's
like
good.
if I get overwhelmed with stuff, I'm just like I need everything to stop right now, and I might yell, but I just need people to stop.
Mm-hmm. You
And
are
it's never
Odyssey of the
like
Deep. Okay.
yeah,
Sorry,
but
Odyssey's
like
having a crash out moment.
no, it's fine. But like my brain is like everything needs to fucking stop for a second, and
Mm-hmm.
then I can like come back to center. But I always feel bad afterwards
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want to. I don't want to crash out that fast.
Yeah. Yeah, explosive crash outs are not good. As someone who had them when I was younger, they're not fun.
No, and the worst part is I had like anger management when I was, but like I'm learning now it's just like if it's a slow building anger, I can like curb it and I can like stop it before it goes too far. But if
Mm-hmm.
it's just like everything too much all at once, I just need everything to stop.
Mm-hmm.
And my brain is like the best way to do that is yelling real quick.
Ah.
And I feel bad every time because it's whatever is on my mind at that moment.
I see.
So like if I'm already in a negative headspace, I just yell whatever I'm thinking, and that usually is just very sad or very hurtful, and I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to be better, but I don't know how to fix that. So I'm just nah. We've been going for so long. Let's go.
Okay.
So was that what you wanted to ask about?
No. What I really want to know is what happened between Christmas and New Year's Eve in 2028. You and Sigma infiltrated the Mars mission test site, didn't you?
Yes.
What happened there? How did Sigma lose his eye and both his arms? And why was Radical 6 in there in the first place? What could a deadly virus have to do with the simulated mission to space?
Sorry, but I can't tell you that.
Why?
Because it would change history. There is a history where the virus didn't escape. That's the line that goes to the right of point E. In that timeline, humanity isn't heading for annihilation, and Earth isn't red. The future is much brighter. But if I tell you what you're asking me right now, then that reality will disappear. You understand?
I don't. Why would all of that disappear if you told me what I want to know?
You're about to go back to the past, right?
The past? Don't be silly. I can't do that.
Then where the hell did you learn all this stuff? I just listened to you tell me a bunch of things you shouldn't have known about.
That is very true.
You were sleeping in the pod in the garden. You just woke up. So how can you know all this? You know my past. Sigma's past.
I shall give you your answer. You are not Kyle Climb. Your body is Kyle's, but your consciousness is not.
One final twist.
Think about it. Do you really believe you're Kyle, or could you be someone else entirely?
Then, where is the real Kyle's consciousness?
He was thrown out when you entered. Right now, in a manner of speaking, he has arrived at December 25th, 2028. His consciousness has gone into a body from that time. I doubt you know how much the doctor loves Kyle. He raised him on his own.
He gave birth to him.
Kyle is irreplaceable. Do you really think he would go back to the past and leave Kyle behind here? I know what I told the others, that Kyle was Dr. Climb's spare, but that was not his only purpose. Kyle's consciousness is integral to what we are trying to accomplish. This new mission begins on Christmas and ends on New Year's Eve 2028. Its purpose will be to infiltrate the test facility and prevent the spread of the virus. For this to happen, Kyle is absolutely necessary.
And that is why he created him?
Yes.
So now that my consciousness has entered his body, the doctor has achieved his objective. Kyle has gone back to 2028 to participate in his mission.
Correct.
There's one thing that troubles me. Kyle was created before reaching point B from point D. That means his body did not exist on Christmas in 2028. Does that mean he has entered my body? Have we just switched places?
I suppose you could put it that way, yes.
Uh-huh.
That's ridiculous. What's going to happen to me? You're telling me I have to spend the rest of my life here in this box, living in a borrowed body?
No, not at all. You can travel freely through time and space. You are an uncontrolled variable that entered our closed system. As such, the rules of this world do not apply to you.
I have no idea what...
Please don't try to play dumb. I know what you are.
Homosexual. Yes.
Surely you must know by now, too. You are about to go into the past and save the world. Phi and Sigma, even with all of his future knowledge, will need your help. Only you can right the horrible wrongs of our past. Only you can save the world.
There's no way I...
Yes, there is. You have to. Don't you want to know the truth? Don't you want to know what happened in between Christmas and New Year's Eve in 2028?
Well, yes, I do, but...
Then you must believe. Reality is shaped by what we believe reality should be. If observation can change the motion of a particle, then how is it odd to think that human thought can shape reality?
Only you can prevent forest fires. Yeah. She said it in the same
Your will
cadence.
can change history. The world will be reshaped into the one you imagine. Remember what I've told you. Only you can change history. Only you can save the world.
Hi everyone! While Joe crashes out for the 4th time, my name is Hugh Chu. You can call me Chu. I'm an AstroCat VTuber. I am joined by Joe Java. We are playing through Virtue's Last Reward. We have actually finished the entirety of Virtue's Last Reward. It is a strange, weird pseudoscience game. Joe has been losing it for the last 4 hours.
Hi, I'm Joe Java. I'm going to go jump into my consciousness 3 years ago. And I'm going to tell him not to fucking start Tuesdays. What is this game?
It's pseudoscience!
Chu and I started this at 7 p.m. It is currently 2 a.m.
Uh-huh.
I've been tied to this chair.
I tightened the straps.
Let me do the math real quick. I've been tight in this chair. Let me if I calculate I've been here for 7 hours.
Yeah, no, that's why I wanted to make sure that, you know, you didn't have to be up early at a reasonable hour or anything. No, we're not going to sleep yet.
I
just got raided like 5 minutes ago, and I feel bad to send you all out on your own. So we're gonna talk it through. We're gonna talk about it, Joe. What you want the answers to?
Fucking okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole point of this, the whole point of the AB game, there wasn't even really a villain. Technically, we were the villain the whole time.
Uh-huh.
But the point of this was so that Sigma could figure out how to move his consciousness to the past version of himself to stop the end of the world, essentially.
Uh-huh.
And the only way that happens is when Sigma is in the midst of a crisis.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason he can travel back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
However, that last thing you just showed me shows that there's another dude that can do that. We jumped into the body of a clone of Sigma that he made in his image that's been living on the moon for the past 20 so years. Chat, I want you to understand what I'm saying. Everything I'm saying right now is technically correct.
Yeah. So the alternate ending is an alternate ending. It is just kind of like an insight into the epilogue of the characters, since there was kind of a non-ending in VLR. Because the way this whole game has worked out is essentially the entire plot of VLR is to prevent what happens in the test facility in Nevada. But the only way to do that was by putting Phi and Sigma's body through like copious amounts of stress and strengthening their brains to send them to that point with the knowledge and the means to create the branching narrative from the Nevada test site to avoid the explosion.
Okay, but also,
Mm-hmm.
like, okay. So apparently, also Clover and Alice can go back in time somehow. And
Like
we're
I
just not
said,
gonna,
we're not going to discuss
we're-
that. That's shenanigans. I don't think that's going to happen. I know it's not going to happen. Because once again, the developers lost their budget and they had to crowdfund the rest of the game.
And then Tenmyoji
Yes.
is Junpei
Yes.
from the previous game.
Yes.
And Akane is June.
Yes. We've known her name this whole time.
That's what happens to Junpei.
Yeah, he becomes a crotchety old man because he keeps trying to chase after Akane.
Oh, that's so fucked.
Yeah. Would you like to know something fun?
Sure.
They're in the third game. And the third game, our Sigma is gonna be Peepaw in the body of like a 23-year-old. So he's hopefully less perverted. And he's voiced by Matthew Mercer.
Okay.
Yeah, you can cry if you have to, Joe. It's okay. I cried last night.
So you cried a very nice, wholesome story having a book ending where it was very picturesque. I'm going to cry because this game has broken my brain after 7 hours of an ending. We could have done another Tuesday of this. There
We
was
could
so
have,
much left.
but it would have been like where we did Smiling Man, and it would have just been a watch along. There was no gameplay at the very end. In my defense, I forgot how chunky the ending was. I thought we were very close. So
Also,
I apologize for dragging you along, but I do appreciate you being a good sport about it.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Also, this game basically sets up the next game,
Yes.
Zero Time Dilemma.
Yes.
It's called Zero Time because they don't have time.
They have
to
no time
try
to fuck
again.
around. But
Okay.
so you get to see some of my favorite characters in that one.
Okay, so
Like Carlos.
the one thing that really started to throw me off the rails was the fact that we had a point where we could jump back to where we were before the beginning of this game.
Yeah. That was Akane bullshit.
Because it was like, okay, so this does have to happen, but it only happens until after we learn how to go back in time. Like, there are so many contradictions in this game.
So
We never get a real way of learning the passcode for the bomb Zero. We just don't. We have Zero Senior tell us the answer, and he just somehow knows it. There's
I
never like a real beginning to that, I'm gonna say.
get the feeling
They
the wi-
couldn't figure out a bullshit reason to explain it. Yes,
well,
I agree.
the wiki might have helped with that, because like here's the thing is I think Uchikoshi did like a lot of Q&As, and a lot of like fans were like, help explain. So I think there might be an explanation out there on the internet somewhere.
You know what? This game is starting to become like fucking Dark Souls, where like you can see all the things that happen in the world, but like to understand, you're gonna have to watch like a 3-hour video that some expert like compiles all the data from notes on like random bullshit.
Uh-huh.
Man, I'm gonna be real. 9 hours, 9 doors, 9 fucks, 9 ice, 9 boats, 9 butterflies.
Close
That
enough.
game, I enjoyed a little bit more, mainly because it was less.
Yes.
This, you know how they say like less is more? I definitely think this game could do from less game, and
So-
that feels mean to say.
I
but
actually
there's
do
just
agree with
so
you.
much. There's just so much.
No, I actually do agree with you. As much as I do enjoy Virtue's Last Reward, I like how condensed 999 was. VLR is kind of like where Kingdom Hearts started doing a lot more spin-off games from 2 to 3, and they got lost in the sauce and they had to fumble a recovery. Because VLR was balls to the walls, insane, and they're like, let's just do everything. And then ZTD is trying to wrap it up in a package. ZTD is enjoyable, and I like some of the characters, and I like the puzzles, and it has some good upsetting moments that I can't wait for you to experience if you would like to. But I do also agree that she's a little rough, but
I'm gonna be honest. I follow Kingdom Hearts lore better than this game's lore.
it's very valid.
I just, man, I fucking.
Hi.
I understand that we do the time swapping, and that's like the main story aspect. And he has a son, but like the son isn't actually in the story for some of the timelines, but he is in other timelines.
So I think the K and the statue timeline, or the Kyle as K, I think that is the left and center timelines, because the only timeline where Akane wasn't stabbed is the rightmost. And in order for the rightmost timeline to come together, that needed basically the collaboration of the other timelines, which led into the Akane confrontation to be like, find me in the past, up to the past, save her from her death, and then that's where she got the knife for the jump to point A situation.
It makes me upset, because at that point we've just done it. We've made it so she doesn't die, but she still dies in some of the timelines because certain things have to happen in a certain chronological way. But when you're jumping through time with your consciousness, you can't. Yeah, what in the hell's moving castle? Yeah.
Well, time paradox in video games, it's a confusing narrative. So yeah, that's the thing. Time travel and paradoxes are gonna happen. So Brohan's right about that. It's just like, You don't want to sit there and try to narratively figure out a game with time traveling elements. You can surmise, but that's about it.
Well, it's the fact that they're jumping to and fro multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think you could tell a good like time travel story if you hit one point and then like that's it. You've
Mm-hmm.
time traveled. You don't move too much.
Mm-hmm.
Time travel starts to get really out of hand when you're moving around to and fro like this game wants to do.
Yeah, like
You-
time traveled A to B and maybe a C route. This one is the rhizome, like, branching narrative. This is butterfly effect shenanigans.
Also, chat, I want you to understand this entire narrative, we've been on the moon. We were on the moon and no one noticed. Like, I get why they had a reason for it, but no one noticed.
You want to know something funny?
Sure.
Troy Baker played Kyle. I can feel how pissed off you are right now.
I get to pick the next Tuesday game.
Oh, we can't play Zero Time Dilemma.
We're not jumping into that immediately.
If it makes you feel any better, it doesn't take as long.
I understand that. I need a mental break from this
Okay.
timeline.
Yeah, it's about like 20 and a half hours.
Don't make me feel bad about it. Did we jump from 999 to this one immediately?
No, it took a couple of years.
It did not take us a couple of years.
We started it when Baldur's Gate 3 came out in 2023, and it's 2025.
There's no shot. How?
There is shot. Because I remember getting Baldur's Gate 3 when we were playing it.
We did 999 when Baldur's Gate 3 came out?
Yep. In September, because my birthday was coming up and I was about to be 20. I was about to be 30. So I'm like, we gotta finish this. Can we make it after your game? So we can finally
Yes,
put
of
this.
course.
Yay!
Of course. If we do my game, then we always go back to your game. That's only fair. I'm not gonna.
I get to see Carlos. I like Carlos.
Joe needs to sleep because Joe is having an aneurysm and he's going to go lay down and perish.
You did it.